Hello YouTubers, this is the Noobifier and welcome to a look into the future of player-generated jobs and player-to-player missions. The term Service Beacon was recently used by Todd Pappy to describe an application within the Mobiglass. Based on his description, the Service Beacon seems to be focused on providing players a method to create or request a service from another player. After a bit of thought, I think this is going to have a much larger impact than we originally think. Let's begin. We now know that paying for services or transferring UEC between players is going to be part of the Service Beacon as part of the Mobiglass. There's no confirmed date for this feature, however it's planned to release in Q2 of 2018. I would expect this to be the groundwork for an app that could roll out and evolve well after launch for years to come. It doesn't take too much of a leap to see that this basic framework could be expanded to allow players to hire and fire NPCs as well. Could the Service Beacon then also serve as a means to manage our NPC crew for very large understaffed ships? What we do know is that the initial list of planned tasks at our disposal with the Service Beacon is a distress call, escort call, request for repair, and request for fuel. These are planned as part of the roadmap for Q2 2018. A simple distress call would let you negotiate a price to be recovered when you're stranded. Depending on your location, the speed of the required recovery, your circumstances, the reputation and success rate of the other player, I can see this contract payout escalating. You get what you pay for, and you pay for what you get. In the future, the price might also increase if you're badly hurt and the mission goes from being a simple taxi pickup to an EMT mission. If this is done right, this new system could allow us to fully flesh out a complex agreement in a couple seconds with simple drop-downs or sliders, allowing a real-time adjustment to accommodate the changing situation. The contract system needs to be able to be adjusted along the way to account for the unknown. An escort contract might let you hire a player to scout ahead or fly in formation as a deterrent. This could be between a flight leader with his entire team or individually. The Cascade Effect of the Service Beacon contract would help citizens from all trades easily collaborate. Let me elaborate on this with a scenario. Let's say that I'm a flight leader in Red Wing for enemy contact, and I have a team of 3 players who usually fly with me. Today we're flying 3 Sabres plus a Terrapin which can jump ahead and scan the sector as early warning. We're looking for work. Internally, as part of the Service Beacon, I may have a standing agreement contract which would split payment for my regular team of orgmates. I take 30% as I'm the one who books the contracts, the others take 20% to cover their time, and the last 10% would automatically go back to the org to offset operations. A new job pops up to escort a Hull C full of Laranite through some fairly permissive space. I agree on 30,000 UEC to run protection and serve as a deterrent from Crusader to Hurston. My listed success rate and my reputation are good, so the pilot is very happy to pay the higher premium. We link up at Port Olisar on time and set off. We arrive without issue. I receive payment from the escort mission, my orgmates automatically get their split from my subcontract, and then we look for another job around Hurston. The ability to stack contracts like this in a cascade would really help me manage my team and add to the enjoyment of playing. The less time I need to waste generating our missions, the more we can actually spend playing. If a player isn't available that day, I should quickly be able to change, add, or remove from the subcontract and adjust the payout. As soon as I accept the main contract, the members of my small detachment would automatically get an alert and they could accept the mission terms and we could get underway. This system could also allow me to subcontract even further. Same scenario, but the cargo was diamonds or the route was more hostile. In this case, my regular crew of 4 may not be safe. I could subcontract to a second flight from Red Wing, who also normally work together. The Service Beacon doesn't need to stay limited to the Mobiglass. The Service Beacon and its full functionality would likely port over quite nicely to ship terminals, terminals within your hangar, or other kiosks. I'll sum up with a possible feature request. Put the Service Beacon and all of its functionality out into Spectrum where it could be used on a touchscreen or a separate laptop or iPad. Immersion is great for those who actually want it, but for the rest of us who are willing to compromise a little bit of immersion, having the contract system external would be fantastic. We could plan and configure contracts days in advance, configure payouts, and end up with a simple task list. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. These sorts of videos take a long time to research, so if you got something out of it and you like the topic, please do me a solid and share it with your friends or orgmates. What's being proposed is great, but I can see so much more possibility here. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.